there.
Excuse me.
See you around.
Good day to you.
Hey man, what's up? Yeah, I am. Actually, I'm up late. I just woke up. But we've got some leveling to do. I need to get this hunter up as high as I can.
How are you? Keep your feet on the ground.
I'm not going to do Stormpike delivery. Let's head back out. Deep. No, we can do that later if we want. The rat roundup. Yeah, I was planning on bringing over maybe like my level 54 paladin and stuff to this server, but you can't go from PvE to PvP, so since Ken's really liking his rogue, and his rogue's level 30, and I really wanted to get a paladin up on this server, but I wasn't looking forward to leveling her right now because it's really a pain in the butt. She's only level 21, my paladin. I wanted to grab a hunter, and because I like hunters, and just level up a hunter on my secondary account, jump a wizard, jump a, and make her an enchanter and a blacksmith of all things, so that she eventually can help with shield spikes and stuff for my paladin. So I created this character yesterday, I guess, and she's level 12, and I think we can get her up, you know, up to like level 30 pretty damn fast, to be honest. Hunters are super easy to level, and so far it's been pretty easy to level this character. So super easy. Okay, you know, hunters are always such a joy to level compared to compared to the protection paladin, which is very slow at low levels. You know, at level like 21, you're just auto attacking, and it's very slow. Unless you have like really good gear, which I don't have. Yeah, because you know, on this server, only character I have is my paladin, and now this hunter, and then of course my banker. Bounty on the Zemerlocks. But we're going to bypass that. We're going to go straight to Westfall and knock all these quests out because I'm a hunter. And that's what we can do. You started a baby warrior? I'll tell you what, warriors are not easy to level. You know, warriors are one of the slower characters to level, unfortunately, so I wish... But they're fun. I mean, they're a lot more fun than paladin as far as, like, low levels, you know. I gotta swap out my pet. This bear served me my purposes for just like knocking out the quests over to Eastvale Logging Camp when I was level 8, but I'm now level 12. So we're gonna grab my pet that I always love, which is the wolf coyote pack leader. I always like to go with a gun as a change of pace. It's also nice because I have the crafted ammo that my paladin made for me since she's an engineer. Gives you a little bit more damage than what you'd have with like arrows. Because they don't have crafted arrows, unfortunately, which I never understood why they didn't have crafted arrows. I mean, it doesn't seem to make a lot of sense to me that you can make bullets, but you can't make an arrow. I mean, Indians were making arrows for hundreds of years. Yeah, I've heard of people doing that on warriors, just going with like a super high spirit build. Or actually what you can do, Van, and we've talked about this before, I think even, is just have a spirit set that you swap in and out. You know, like I've got, you know, with item rack here, you can go ahead and set up like a whole set of gear. And as soon as you're out of combat, you can just, with one keybind, swap out a set that's almost all spirit. And just to regen your health in between battles. Why don't I see any more quests? Is it too low?
Well met.
No.
Be careful.
It's interesting. Well, let's go kill Hogger real quick. Should be easy. I've been going with more of an intellect build on the hunter so far. Just so I have very little downtime. Let's try this again. You can see with the weapon swing timer, I've gone with a green color. I've kind of like gone with the weapon swing timer. I've actually done with the color to match my class. If you look at the weapon, if you look at the swing timer down here, beneath my feet here, what I've done is, basically what it's doing is when it's green, it means I can execute like a special ability, like an arcane shot. When it's gray, it's when I'm kind of reloading, or I'm kind of, that's where my auto shot needs to go. So see, gray, it's hard to track it on a gun as easily as it. Let's just do okay, auto shot. So at the end of the gray is when it's going to do my auto shot, is basically. So auto shot, then when it's green, it's when I can, weave in my, my skill shots, so to speak. So green kind of also signifies, there's Hogger. Kind of signifies it's safe, my safe zone of when I can start using skills as well. But bye-bye, Hogger. Bye-bye. Yeah, it's a huge change of space from the Paladin. Well, the Warrior's got more skills, so like at low level you have, you have more like abilities you can do, so it's not like as boring, It's just that you don't have the one big difference is you don't have a heal, so you're constantly in situations where you almost die. You accidentally pull another mob, and you're like, oh crap, I could die, basically. There's my butt. There's my boy. Coyote Pack. Bye-bye, free hugs. You were good for what you were, which is a temporary pet. I haven't seen the Hunter melee. I'm not sure why you would really. I guess you could. That's, again, I think that those types of things are so. It would be so difficult. I mean, are they saying like they're trying to do an auto shot with their weapon, then go in and hit with like a two-hand weapon, and then move back out and shoot an arrow, but before your arrow, your poke timers? I don't know, man. That would be a lot of work and a lot of insane timing to get that right. Come on, I don't want to get. These damn buzzards are gonna get in my way. I'm assuming that's what you mean, man, where you're basically like shooting with an arrow and then like trying to move in and hit him with a melee weapon and then move back out and get your next either auto attack or skill range attack off it. That would be a lot of extra work. And again, I'm not a big fan of that type of stuff because I feel like it depletes you physically. It makes you a little bit more tired, constantly having to, to work all that in. But, some people are crazy enough they want to try it. All right, Mr. Wolf. Oh, yes, he doesn't like this food. I forgot. Much more picky. Hopper is reborn. Yeah, it is an independent timer. That's why when you go here, you know, we could turn these on and you'd have, see, now you've got your melee as well. Like, watch this. Alright. See? See, they're different. The green one. But it would be, you know, like I said, it would be you'd have to be extremely skilled to be able to weave in your melee weapon on top of your ranged attacks. They are different timers, but I mean, to me, it wouldn't even be worth the effort. It'd be just too much effort. So, in my opinion, that would be too much effort. I mean, I think that's people getting a little crazy, to be honest. I mean, it could be done like if you're just in certain situations where you're like, oh, I shot an arrow, now I happen to be moving close to the target, or let's say I've got threat and my pet hasn't gotten threat yet, you know, and so like, let's say I shoot an arrow, my pet's over here fighting a different mob, and that mob's about to die. I go ahead and target the next target. I shoot him with an arrow. I'm running by that target. I go ahead and hit him with my weapon. Then my pet comes over, and then I jump away, and then my ranged attack. I mean, those are, you know, it becomes available, and I can shoot an arrow, and then maybe hit another melee. I mean, a lot of those things you do anyway. You know, drive-by swings. I do those all the time. You know, so some of these things you probably actually already do, and you're not even really thinking about it. Any good hunter would do that. But to specifically try to weave in between, there's other games that do that. You know, there's other MMOs where you do shoot an arrow, but they're kind of tied in just an attack. It's not like they're not separate. So it's like, okay, every so often I can do an attack. And, well, no, I guess I misspoke. I can do an attack, but the melee wouldn't count as the same as the range. So you shoot an arrow, and you got maybe a second before you can shoot another one. So you run in, you hit them, and then that puts your melee attack on cooldown. Then you run back out into range, and then all of a sudden you still have your range comes up again, and you shoot an arrow. You know, so you know, in WoW it's more difficult because of the range. You know, because you can't hit somebody unless you're close enough to them. Obviously, melee. I don't know. It's just, you can certainly do it, but whether or not it's worth even trying to do it, I'm not so sure. For your sanity. Just for your sanity. Oh, you know what I forgot to do, though? Hold on a second. Okay, so we're in great stamina. How many points do we have? Well, we have no training points because my pet's too low level. Or he's not, hasn't have the loyalty up, so that's okay. I mean, think how tough it is. I mean, just to get into range, like, and hit him with melee. It would be so hard to do. Because the time it takes to get in close to the mob and then get back out, you know, we've already lost time on your arrows. Yeah, it would not be worth doing, I don't think. I completely would not ever want to do that. I don't think it would be worth it. I brought my pet back there because if you send your pet to attack while he's eating, you're going to lose. It's going to stop. He's going to stop eating. So you want to wait until this little bone disappears, until he's completely done eating. So you can get the full benefit of your feeding effect before you send him in. Let's go ahead and get the quests. Yeah, it would be really clunky. I'm sure in some crazy way it might be more efficient, but man, like I said, for my sanity's sake, I wouldn't want to do it.
Hello. See you later. You need something? Have a good one.
How are you?
The cool thing about the hunter is that you can just attack nonstop. I mean, I have no fear of dying on a hunter, and it doesn't even matter that I don't need wolves to kill this coyote. I just kill him anyway because I can kill him so quick, and I can get the coyote meat, which is good to to keep feeding my pet, because his health rate, his loyalty right now is going to be so low. Yeah, exactly. No, I'm not. Yeah, it's not like I'm saying I'm advocating so much against it. I'm just saying to me, it almost takes enjoyment out of the game if you're trying to be that precise or that crazy with it. You can see there I learned spell bite rank 2. It's one of the nice things about the coyote pack leaders. He knows bite rank 2. A lot of the pets out here that you train, like coyotes and stuff, they're not going to have bite rank 2. Just the plain old coyote won't have that. You have to get the pack leader. That's what's so cool about classic WoW / vanilla WoW. Let's just call it vanilla. I don't like classic because the variety of the pets is really there. And when you think about it, if I think about a coyote or a coyote pack leader, well, I think the pack leader is going to be a tougher version of the coyote because he's a leader of the pack. This is cool that the original game, took that more into account. We're going to let him eat just for a second. And then we'll attack. Yeah, you can see me stacking into a little bit of intellect for sure. I mean, I have 435 mana, which is a pretty good amount for just a hunter at level 12. I'm already having trouble with my inventory. And I just bought 2 12-slot bags, which almost put me in the poorhouse. I'm down to 87 silver. Like I said, I really don't have anybody Not enough mana? Oh, jeez. Gotta fix that. Inventory full. What don't we need here? Don't need that. Go ahead and clear some of this inventory out here in a second. Ooh, level 15. Not really what I want. I seen the coyote kill a critter for the first time. Yeah, I think that was really cool too. It's like, yeah, you see like coyotes and stuff walking around, all of a sudden the critter walks by and they run over and kill it like a rabbit or something. Yeah, I agree. That's pretty cool.
King's honor, friend.
Westfall stew recipe. Actually gonna get I hate to get rid of that because I can sell it probably. Don't need this, don't need this, don't need this. What is this? Amethyst. Oh shit, amethyst file. I still have that. We don't need the refreshing spring water. Bag of marbles. Actually, we'll save that because we use that on our raid boss. I'm not even joking. Not even joking. We can actually do that.
For the Alliance. Go with honor, friend.
Well met. Farewell. What can I do for you? Have a good one. Hello. See you around.
Let's see how well my pet fares against level 15. Apparently it resisted my... Oh yeah, I think actually the Watchers are actually resistant to taunt. I don't know. I don't know if it's fixed or not. In Classic, well, I wouldn't have thought it would have, but maybe it was. Those are the kind of things that you really shouldn't fix, because it's not a bug. To me, that's not a bug. That's a really cool use of a unique item. You know what I mean? Yeah, I think these guys are just immune to taunt. I'm sure they're immune to poison, yeah. Yeah, the goblins are pretty badass, actually. It's 13. Westfall stew, forgotten heirloom. This is where I probably should jump back to the Night Elf zone and just go ahead and level up. It's always kind of tempting because hunters are so strong to just go ahead and knock these quests out. But honestly, if I were to go back to Westfall and go back to the Night Elf area, I mean, and just level up to 15, it'd make this a lot easier. It is, dude, that is like some Home Alone stuff. You're right. That's funny. I'm still at -2 training points. Doesn't that suck? The other thing you could do is turn off Furious Howl, because it's not really that useful. You know, like, it's really not, for the amount of focus I'm going to blow on Furious Howl, it's not really worth it right now. Later on down the road, when we're doing, like, group combat, you know, doing, like, a party and stuff, it's good to have it, because it'll buff my party, but... And it'll still buff me. I mean, if you look... Like, if I turn Furious Howl on here, and I tell my pet to attack this guy, he'll probably pop Furious Howl. We'll see if he does. Watch the skill here, Furious Howl. See him pop it? Now you can see it's on me. And it will buff. It even buffs like my arrow shots. Or it buffs my, I'm sorry. Let me explain this to you correctly. What it buffs is my auto attack. It won't buff my arcane shot, but it'll buff like my auto attack. So if we go in here, and we turn off Furious Howl, and I do an auto shot on this guy, it does 19 damage, right? Now if we turn on Furious Howl, back on, then what we're going to do is we're going to do our arcane shot again. Unbuff Furious Howl, and it did 32 damage. And you saw the next arcane, or the next auto shot there did like 24. So what's 32 minus 24? That's 8. So how much does the tooltip say that Furious Howl should benefit us? 9 to 11. So there you go. Furious Howl actually benefits your auto attack. Again, auto attack did 33 damage. Next auto attack did 21. Next auto attack does 23. So if people tell you that the Furious Howl doesn't help your ranged abilities, they are incorrect. But I like to turn it off and let my pet's focus get dumped into his bite. Now, as soon as we get level 13, we can pop on these leggings and this cloak. We really need to get a cloak that has intellect. Now, we can also have this belt, and it's cloth, but it's 4 intellect. But I would say that it's definitely better than the 2 stamina, 2 intellect. Having the intellect is better, in my opinion, anyway. Actually, you can see my pet's focus is at 81. So actually, let's turn Furious Battle back on. It doesn't look like his focus is getting depleted too quick. See there how my auto tech did 31 damage. So even though I opened up with like Arcane Shot, it didn't use the Furious Howl's bonus. Actually, you can track that as well too. I should show you guys that too. Let's finish up at least the Oats quest, and just to get that out of my inventory, and then we should head back to the Night Elf area and start knocking out those quests. But here, if I attack, I got the Furious Howl buff. Notice how it stays on me. Arcane Shot still there. Oh, it must have timed my Arcane and my auto almost at the same time. Ooh, that was quite a big Raptor Strike. Just looking for Oats. Okay, there's one. I like that though, Home Alone shit. Just throwing some marbles at a raid, but it is pretty funny though when you think about it. It's pretty funny. Vannon, you made me laugh on that one. Hey, Miracle, how you doing, man? I did do blah blah blah. I did go with guns, and the reason I did that was because I actually like guns, even though I like bows too. But because of the ammo, because my paladin is an engineer, so she can make the crafted light shot. So it's a slight damage increase, just simply because my ammo is going to do more damage than my arrows would. But I like guns. I'm sure at some point I'll probably switch to bows. Guns are a little bit more intimidating, you know, especially in PvP. You hear that gun shoot coming off at you. You cannot give pets elixirs and potions. In Burning Crusade, they actually gave you the ability to craft pet food that would give your pet like buffs, which was really a cool addition. And at some point, of course, Blizzard in their infinite fucking wisdom took that away from the game. But in Burning Crusade, you can actually create some food recipes that will create buff food for your pets, which is just super cool. And that's something that obviously should have been in the game right from day one. And also, I believe in retail, I think, I could be wrong on this, I think they might have added like some sort of, maybe I'm thinking of a different game, but you know, where they added like gear that you can add to your pet to enhance their abilities, but maybe they don't have that in WoW yet. But that's something that they should have, you know, you should be able to, you know, they have it in most other MMOs. You're playing like Arcade or some of the MMOs, they have mounts where you can give your mounts gear. Same thing with Black Desert. In fact, so cool in Black Desert that you can actually give your mount, you know, like a better saddle or give them better stirrups and stuff like that. That'll make your map more, your mount more efficient, you know. Okay, we're done with the handful of oats. We really, at this point, should get out of here. We should maybe grab, let's see if we can do simple, get the simple compass. That's humble beginnings. Well, there's a pocket watch. Where is the simple compass one? It's been a while since I've done that one. Oh, it's not Westfall. Okay, this one. Oh, it's in Y. Okay, it's actually in Elwynn Forest, I think. A couple people over here. Maybe they'll have cleared the guy out of the house there. Yep. No, Melee Hunter is definitely not viable in Classic. But the Melee Hunter in Retail WoW is not only viable, but one of the strongest, if not the strongest, PvE builds. And, well, I'm not sure PvE, maybe not the strongest, but it's very strong. And in PvP, it's pretty much the go-to spec for Arena right now.
Hello. See you later.
You need something? See you later.
You said it, Hopper.
What brings you here?
Oh, I got a hunting bow. I didn't see me loot that. I'm gonna go ahead. Well, let me take a look at my cooking. Oh no, we can still raise our cooking with this. I hate to disenchant the hunting bow because I could probably make some money off it, but I can't be... I don't have the ability to make gear that I can disenchant like I usually do when I do tailoring and enchanting, so I can't be really that selective. I just have to basically disenchant everything. Every green that I find that's not usable by my class, I should just disenchant. It doesn't matter that I can make money off of it because I need to raise my enchanting. Okay, so let's see. Like to train in cooking, sure.
Goddess, watch over.
Ishnu Allah. Hello.
Ishnu Allah. Let's get rid of all that food. We really don't need it. This is for my pet. If I really want to, I can eat it if I get desperate. Actually, we have the freshly baked bread. Can hold on to that for just a little while. Copper 2, bag of marbles. Ah, should have turned in that first. I didn't think about that. Hops are easy to get. Ochres is...
May the stars guide you.
We're not that far from the bank. We'll hit Darkshore and drop some stuff off at the bank. I think we're done with we're done with the quests here. We just have the tumors, so we're in good shape. What do we have? Actually, there was the burnished leggings, seer's pants. I think, it's funny because like in Classic WoW, bag space is such a big deal. In any MMO, bag space is a big deal. But when you're playing a hunter, bag space becomes even more of a big deal because you lose a whole bag to your ammo. So it's just crazy, And I'm going through this Coca-Cola fast. Oh yeah, I do have the Oracle Glade. Okay, I gotta remember to get that. The Oracle Glade Moonwell, which is over here. What is Hopper's loyalty level? He's still at unruly. There we go. This little purple and blue heart. Do you see it? Like his little heart flash of blue or something. We were just talking about his loyalty level being unruly. And now he should just be... now he is submissive. So we have 10 training points, so that's really good. So let's hit our beast training here. Now with talents as well, and I actually got into talent one, I forgot about that. I've been going full. I'm going against the grain. Most people would recommend that you go improved aspect of the hawk if you're to go beastmaster. I completely well, I'm not going to disagree. I'm just going to say the way I like to do is I like to make my pet as tanky as possible. So I go full endurance training. That's just something I like to do because I like to have the option of having my pet be able to take 2-3 mobs at once without me having to worry about it as much. And when I get 5 out of 5 in endurance training, that just really it makes him a little bit less likely to get in trouble when I have accidentally pulled like maybe 3 mobs. And I like that peace of mind, I think, of having him be more tanky. Plus, when I'm running 5-man dungeons and the tank dies, my pet can actually have a little bit more health, and he can then kind of take over and tank a little bit, which can come in really handy. So we're in a great stamina rank 10, or we can go armor. Armor increased by 100. I think it's worth looking at it, the pet himself, to see what he's got. So right now he's got armor of 608. Which is damage reduction 30%, so this gives 50. So let's just mix it up and do one of each of these. Since we don't have enough points yet, we'll just expend to 6 points. What am I doing in Darkness? I was gonna dump. Oh, I need to grab Tears of the Moon. Yeah, so let's do that. We'll pick up this quest, empty our inventory, and then we'll go finish out all these quests over by the Oracle Glade, and then we're gonna head over to Darkshore. We're going to try to fly through the Darkshore quest as fast as we can. Which is easier said than done, because there's a lot of running in Darkshore. But you can see now my pet has 310 health compared to my 280. So we want to keep pushing his health up as much as we can. Ishnu Allah. We're going to do what I always do, which is take Westfall quest items and put them in the bank, and then I'll always forget every single time I go back to Westfall, and I'll forget to grab these out of the bank. I'll be over in Westfall going, damn it, I forgot to grab my stuff out of the bank. Happens every time. And let's go ahead and mail over this copper bars. We can even mail some of this stuff and just mail it back if we need it. We don't need this cloth. We don't need this cloth. Oh, this isn't keybound. Interesting. I mean, isn't it soulbound? This isn't soulbound either. We're gonna mail this to Cute. She needs it more than I do. She definitely needs the rough stone so she can make ammo. And we'll send the hops as well. Not Cute, because I couldn't get the name Cute. Why is it not coming up? Interesting. Must not be on my friends list. Okay, that clears up my inventory pretty well. And what else we got? Quest item. Some drink. This is what? Oil? Yeah. Cool.
Go in peace.
That's as much as we can do for our inventory. Damn it. There we go.
Elwynn Adore.
Elwynn Adore. You said it, girl.
with you.
I was just thinking I wouldn't have any money at all if it wasn't for that guy. Some guy just randomly giving me a stack of heavy leather on the way to Ironforge. If it wasn't for that guy, I'd seriously be broke right now, and I forgot I missed this. I should have put this lesser message essence in the bank, but I didn't. The other thing, too, is we need to make the rune copper rod. So I gotta do that as well. I'm already sick of seeing my pet's portrait. Bye-bye, not pet name, pet portrait. I'm already sick of looking at it. Let's get this out of here. Let's go pet. Cool. Come on, get off this stupid freaking battleground weapon thingy. Elite. Right? No, he's not the rare. You gotta be careful. One of these guys is rare and he hits really hard. It's not this one. No, he's a hunter. What level is that hunter? Does he not have a pet? No, he doesn't. Poor guy. Poor guy. We'll let the hunterless or the petless guy take that one maybe. Yeah. What's up, G? I'm leveling a melee hunter. I'm still doing the paladin, G. I just wanted to get this hunter. I'm actually making this hunter a blacksmith enchanter. So she's gonna help my paladin get shield spikes. But me and Ken both decided that we're probably gonna have at least one alt on this particular server, Faerlina. I didn't really. I mean, I wanted to bring over my characters from you know, Westfall. Bring over my 54 paladin. So I really wasn't looking forward to leveling another paladin to 60 because I've done it so many times. But you know, in Blizzard's infinite wisdom, they won't let you go from a PvE to a PvP realm, which I think is just fucking silliness. But whatever. I mean, you can go PvP to PvE, but you can't go PvE to PvP because they're like, oh, well, people could level on PvE, and they just, what? Who fucking gives a shit? So I think that's stupid, but. So, anyways, yeah, Hunter's one of my favorite. Like in the original game, original World of Warcraft, my two favorite classes were Hunter and Priest. So they were my two mains. But yeah, it's. But I wanted a class that I could level, and this is on my other account, G. They're not on the same account, so like I can actually group my hunter with my paladin, which is another reason why I'm leveling up the hunter right now, because I can level her up really quickly, and you know, and she can actually help out the paladin to doing quests and stuff, and which will be kind of beneficial. But really, also because I want this character, like I said, to have blacksmithing. So she can create the shield spikes and attach the shield spikes to my paladin's shield. Come on, Miss Lady Sothroth, are you in the house? She is not in the house. Oh well, she's on the inside then. Yeah, I get. That's the only reason I could think is that they figure that the ganking and stuff, they want people to level through that to maybe to make sure that they really want to be on a PvP server. I don't really know, but I still think like, and besides, you have to realize that one of the reasons I think it's really stupid is that server transfers weren't even available. You know, like until the first phase, there was no server, so most people have already leveled up their characters on the PvP servers without much ganking because the PvP honor system wasn't in place. So adding them now, I mean, it's just you're just forcing people to level their alts, or people who are new to maybe the PvP server. I don't know. I just think it's kind of silly. I mean, I think it's kind of silly because if you're gonna do that, you might as well do it both ways. If you're gonna say that you can't go from PvE to PvP, then you should fuck as hell can't go from PvP to PvE, because now you're disadvantaging all the people that are in PvE realms that are all of a sudden gonna have all this influx of PvP, EP fucking millennial gank pussies. You know what I mean? So it's just, it works both ways in my opinion. So obviously I think it's a stupid thing, a stupid rule. But that's fine. I love hunters. I absolutely love the hunter class, especially in Classic WoW and Vanilla WoW. With all the pets that you can get and stuff, it's a super fun class. Good in PvP. I'm a really good hunter. I played hunter a shit ton in the original Vanilla, so I know the class pretty well. So I have no problems leveling this guy up, and Shadymoon here will help out the Sword of Hope as she endeavors to. And like I said, it's going to be a lot easier once I get some gear and money that I can actually help get the Paladin some better gear. Because right now I'm trying to level up the Paladin as the only character on this server. With very little money and very little resources. She's weak. She's very weak. So it just makes it a little bit more difficult. So we can try to ease the pain by leveling up the hunter to help her. You're going to suffer through your leveling experience. Yeah, well, my paladin's 21. And this character's 13. And, I mean, I can easily... She's going to fly right by the paladin, to be honest. Leveling-wise, because the hunter's just so fast. Such an easy, fast leveling character. You know, you're pretty much on autopilot. Just so my pet. My pet's... You know, my pet just gets more tanky and more tanky the higher level she gets, so... Before we start killing those, let's go ahead and just grab the quest. No sense killing them for no reason, although XP is never a bad reason.
I am honored.
You should be honored that the moon of the shady has graced your presence. Alright, let's go ahead and get our glowing fruit. There's our enchanting trainer.
Elwynn be with you. May the stars guide you.
My cast bar was beneath my target window, which I didn't like, so we moved that to above the target window, which will work out quite a bit better. We should see that here on this mob as she starts to cast here, the lightning bolt. Well, the leveling up a protection paladin is pretty gear dependent. I mean, you have to keep upgrading your weapon and your shield because you're just auto attacking so much. You have to have a good weapon so that you can actually do a little bit of damage. And of course, you need a good shield so you're taking less damage. So it's definitely, whereas the hunter, it doesn't even matter. I mean, I can give this hunter a toothpick and she can go kill people with it. So the hunter is much less gear dependent. I'd say that the most gear independent class is the druid. You could just run around naked on a druid with no weapons or anything and level without any problem. They're so gear independent because they're in their feral forms and they're just killing people with their claws and stuff, so it's not as needed. And your weapons are just stat sticks. But you can see I'm just these mobs are level 11 and I'm pretty much just steamrolling them. You know, no problem. My pet's not taking that. He's taking a little damage, but not a ton. You know, of course I can always just go up and throw a heal on him and heal him right up. Heal's very strong at this level. Of course, over the next few levels, Min Pet will start to taper off, but at this level, it's still very strong. 100's just the weapon. I mean, really, the only thing just they need a good weapon. That's about it. I mean, for PvP, yeah, of course, the PvP is gonna be a little different, but for PvE, you can just give yourself a green weapon and steamroll stuff. You know, it's not even difficult. Another benefit there, did you see what I did there, which is really nice on her, is you can actually tell your pet to attack and then drink. You know, it doesn't, even though you told your pet to attack, you don't go into combat until your pet actually hits the mob. I'm pretty sure in certain versions of retail that actually changed, where you would go into combat as soon as you sent your pet. Don't quote me, I'm not 100% sure on that, but I'm pretty sure that was the case in certain versions of WoW, but I'd have to verify that. But for, you know, but in Classic it's not that way, in Vanilla WoW. Send your pet, take a drink, you know, which is really nice. It's a nice feature. You know, here I can send my pet, and now I'm sitting down here drinking. I could have even shadow melded. I could start drinking and shadow meld when my pet's off beating somebody, you know, and then any person who runs by who's flagged PvP or who's on a PvP server wants to kill me is like, well, I see a wolf attacking somebody, but I don't see, you know, the hunt. I don't see their master, right? So I'll send him. Drink, shadow meld. See? I'm sitting here drinking and shadow melded while my pet's killing somebody. That's a really cool little thing you can do. And even just shadow meld eating and shadow meld drinking is super useful for PvP servers, you know. I still haven't gotten all my girdles yet, so I don't want to start that quest until I get them all. There's always just shit tons of chests around this area. Oh, does it? Gee, I couldn't remember. I thought it did, but I couldn't remember. Man, they're just giving me all this crap. Alright, we've cleared enough. Let's go ahead and grab Mist. Hello, Mist. Let's feed my pet. And the Calico Tunic, one of the sexiest gray items in the game. Let's get rid of a few items we don't really need. Yeah, Blizzard. So I often wonder why they make some of the changes they make. I know most of their changes are driven by people, like players whining or complaining about certain mechanics, but sometimes you just have to wonder. I mean, why would you ever change that? I think it's a really nice feature that you aren't put into combat until your pet actually hits somebody. Gives you a lot of flexibility. The other thing that is being able to drop a trap. You know, like in Classic, one of the things that was really a bad thing was that you couldn't, once you were in combat, actually put down, I think you can't put down a trap. Couldn't put down like a frost trap once I'm in combat, and I think that's a bad mechanic because most MMOs, that's not the case. You know, when you have a class with pet traps like an engineer or hunter, or, you know, usually it doesn't matter if you're in combat or not. It's just part of your character. It's part of their build. It's part of their play style, and you should just be able to drop that stuff whenever you want, you know.
Del Nadris, how may I help?
Yeah. All right, so we're gonna grab, one more blood feather belt here, and then we'll head back to Darnassus and turn in all the quests we can, and then we'll probably have to run back to Dolinar. But lucky for us, I'm pretty sure. Oh no, we still have 26 minutes though on our hearth, so that sucks. So we may have to actually just run to Dolinar, which kind of stinks, but we pulled a lot of mobs here. There's the belt. I can't remember if it was the last class. It was the last class made? I don't really remember. Yeah, I don't remember.
What brings you here? Farewell. Hello.
Okay, now we should see that I probably have... Well, it says I only have one. Let's... You know how Questy gets all buggy. Okay, yeah, see, so we have 3 quests to turn in. And one of those quests is going to tell us to go to Dolinar. This is the first time in a while that I've actually almost completely done every quest in the starting out Night Elf area. I don't think I've skipped any of them. A lot of times I'll skip a few here and there. The only one I haven't done is the Gargantuan Tumors, but that's actually coming up. We actually are going to do that one, because that's a chain quest off of them, the ones that I'm working on right now. So we're going to completely finish the Night Elf starting area, which is nice for reputation and whatnot, and then we're going to head to Darkshore. And right now, by the time we get there, we're going to be like level 14 probably, which is going to put us at a good position to level up to probably about 16, probably 17, maybe 16 or 17. Then we'll head back to Westfall at 16, 17. At that point, we'll just fly through Westfall. That'll get us up to, to 18, 19, and then we're going to hit Lake Shire Red Ridge, and that'll fly us up to, 21, 22, and then we should be good to hit the wetlands. I really want to catch up to Ken and blow right by him, because he's so far ahead of me on his... That's the thing, G. That's the other thing that was really bugging me is Ken is leveling a rogue, and he's been able to level much faster on his rogue than I have on the paladin, and he keeps getting further and further ahead of me, and I'm like, man, this sucks. I can't even group with him, while I'm leveling, which is irritating me. And part of it's because he's been able to play a little bit more than I have. He had some days off, and I just haven't been able to play quite as much. And the paladin's just slower at leveling than a rogue, a lot slower. So I thought if I get on the hunter, I can at least catch up to him, and we can group together and it'll just be more enjoyable. Actually, I have those other quests down there to turn in too, so that's cool. We should be picking up one more quest here, and Dara sent this guy sent us to Dolinar, which means we should actually have. We've got 2 here. That was weird. Did you see that? Oh, we also have one in oh, what's the island called? I'm blanking here, guys. In Rothron Village. I couldn't think of the name. So. That's where they meant to get focus. It's not mana, but they ended up going with mana. Oh, you said that they did want to put focus in? Oh, that's interesting. I mean, having mana as a resource for hunters, I think is I like it in a way, but I'm not, but it's just because that's what I was used to. But I mean, really, mana doesn't make that much sense. It's not like a spell. I mean, having like energy makes more sense for like a hunter, as a resource. I don't know if I'm pretty sure I trained at level 12, but just in case I didn't, I do want to take a quick peek at the hunter trainer here, but I'm pretty certain I trained at level 12.
I am honored.
Yeah, I just had distracting shot, which I don't really care about distracting shot. Yeah, I think we're good. We'll talk to you later, Mr. Druid Trainer.
I have vision that she lacks.
Ooh. He always kind of, when he says that, there's a lot of lore there going on when he says that. I have vision that she lacks. He's like the leader, but there's definitely some competition between Fangirl and what's her name?
Hello.
Now he's going to give me the follow-up to talk to return to Denelon near Dolinar. There's so many names with D. We've got Darnassus or Darnassus, Denelon, who's by Dolinar. Oh, good.
What brings you here?
All right, what can we deposit in the bag? Well, we should have some more bullets here. Yep. And don't need this. All this stuff is just junk. I need a vendor. This is level 15. Okay, we're good.
The stars.
May the stars guide you. Yeah, I totally agree with you on the pet and the ammo and all that stuff, basically. Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you. The pet in Classic is... The Hunter in Classic is the best version. You know, I hate to say Classic, because Vanilla is better than Classic. Sorry, guys. But the pet, you know, the Hunter in Vanilla WoW is the best version of the Hunter. You know, the Hunter's... I mean, I would take that one step further. I did like the Hunter in Burning Crusade probably a little bit better, because maybe not better pet-wise, but you had the ability to feed your pets and get them buffs, and you also had more different pets to choose from. There's a little bit more variety, but you didn't have like the rare pet bonus. You know, before patch point 1 point, what was it? Before patch patch 1 or patch? Can't remember which one it was, the actual number, but there was a, you know,
goddess
before a
of
certain
the
patch, there were pets that were so strong, you know, like Lupos and stuff that were very, very strong, and it made it really fun, you know. Crap, what am I doing? Hello, Jillian, wake up. And you get so much experience for turning in just this one quest. I mean, 1,150. That's a lot, considering I only need 11,400 to get the next level, you know. And that was just for turning in that. Let's see how much they give me for turning in this bit. Ishnudadia. So you gave me 900. So you basically 2,000 experience just for that quest. That's almost, you know, that's like 17% of my level just for one quest. That's a lot. No, I just hate saying classic because I think classic World of Warcraft is a good game, but it's not as good as vanilla was, and and you can never go back. That's why people say you can't ever go back.
My goods are
And it's not just because you can make the game the same, but it still won't be the same because people aren't the same. Coming into World of Warcraft, when it came out in 2004, people didn't play MMOs back then the way they play them now. The way they played them back then was the way you should play them, in my opinion, not the way people play them now. The way people play them now, they're all this min-max bullshit to the nth degree. And you know, back then they were more about just enjoying the game, and it was more about the immersion of being in a fantastical, you know, fantasy-themed world, which is a much better way to approach the game. You know, it really is. And it's just really sad that the way MMOs have gone, and that people are so like trying to, you know, the way people are trying to do anything they can to win. It's just the whole mentality of win at any cost, and as opposed to just enjoying the game for what it is, a really good game. And you know, I approach MMOs in a way of like, you know, the real world sucks, right? I get up every day and I go to work. You know, every Monday through Friday I get up and I have to go to work, and I got to write code, and I got to work, and it sucks. You know, I mean, I like programming, but I don't want to fucking have to get up and go to work. I'd rather stay home and read a book or play my guitar or play video games or write video games. You know, that would be much more preferable. So playing an MMO is a way to get away from the real world, because the real world sucks. The real world's got all this responsibility. You got to pay your bills. You got to do all this bullshit, you know. But in a fantastical, you know, fantasy-themed MMO, you can become something else, something more cool, you know, like a hero or a hunter or a priest or a magician with strong powers. That's why I love Dungeons and Dragons. That's why Dungeons and Dragons was such a big impact on my life as a kid, you know. Because, you know, it just takes you off into a different world, lets you dream a little bit, and that immersion part of the MMO, and that dreaming and having that extra life outside of the real world, where you can become something that you couldn't in the real world, you know, like I said, like a magic user or something that can save the day with one fireball. That was what's so cool about Dungeons & Dragons, is you might only be able to cast your fireball once per day, but that one time you cast it could save the whole party, right? It could save everybody's lives. And, you know, people have lost that. People have forgotten that that's what really, to me anyway, that's what these games were, as a chance to almost play Dungeons & Dragons online. And now they're just, all they care about is getting the highest Arita rating or being the first person to get to level 60. What does that have to do with escapism? What does it have to do with leaving the world and enjoying something, you know, new? You know, and letting your mind explore something fantastical. To me, that doesn't have anything to do with getting to 60 faster than somebody else in the real world that I know. You know what I mean? So it's sad in my opinion, anyway. So when I say classic World of Warcraft is better than vanilla, I'm not saying the game is necessarily better. I'm just saying the experience of vanilla was better than classic. I think I just said that in reverse. I think I said classic better. Vanilla better than classic because, you know, like I said, the experience back then was much more enjoyable because people approached the game differently. And as much as people say, I mean, when you go into, like, when we were coming into classic, or even when you go into a new game, a new MMO that's on the horizon that's coming out, and people talk about it, they talk about it in the way that it's going to be the next big MMO. They talk about it in the right way, like, oh, it's going to be great, there's going to be all this community, we're going to help each other, and it's going to be fun. But then the game comes out, and everybody reverts back to their same, not everybody, but all the EP min-maxer bullshit losers, because that's what they are, in my opinion. They all revert back to the same shit, you know. They say they're not going to do that. Wow, this time I'm not going to focus on getting to the max level. I'm not going to focus on being the best raiding guild and, you know, walking around town and strutting that I have the best gear. They say that. They say all the right things. But as soon as the game comes out after a few weeks, they all revert back to that same mentality. They can't, and it just goes down to the fact that they cannot let their friend beat them out. It's that ego. They can't get past their own egos, you know? Yeah, can't get past their own egos. Man, Dungeons & Dragons is a great game. In fact, I'm really, really wanting to get back into it and play it again. I haven't played Dungeons & Dragons. The last time I played Dungeons & Dragons was when I was in high school. I mean, it's been that long, and we're talking late 80s. Was the last time I actually played Dungeons & Dragons. Even though since that time, when I played a lot when I was younger in high school and stuff, even though since that time I've bought books, I've bought Dungeons & Dragons modules, I've bought books, I've bought the newer versions of the game, because you know they came out with the newer rule sets. I've bought all the books because I love the game so much. I buy the books and I read them, and I want to play, but I just never have anybody to play with, you know. But now it's actually coming back. Dungeons & Dragons has had a huge resurgence, and it's actually becoming very popular again. And there's actually a place right next to me that does Dungeons & Dragons every Sunday. So I have no excuse not to play. Let's take a look at our quests here. Okay, so we got to return to Denelin. We got the Shimmering Frond. This is bring this to Lake Almeth. Return to Denelin, Lake Almeth, and Crown of Earth. Okay, Darnassus. So we still have to go back to Darnassus for that. Here's that guy that's still trying to. Yeah, Dungeons & Dragons was really cool, but it's only as good as like the people you play with. You have to have really good people who really are into it and have the right mentality, because you can get those same EP losers from MMOs today's generation who probably played, you know, in Dungeons & Dragons it was different. There was the people who cheated the system, because remember Dungeons & Dragons, how good it was, your experience was really down to the dungeon master. A lot of it comes down to how good most of it comes down to how good was your dungeon master, because he's the one who was the gatekeeper. He's the one who made the dungeons. He's the one who determined whether or not, you know, you were able to get past the monsters or complete the task to maybe get, like, you know, decent loot, you know. And a lot of dungeon masters are afraid of, you know, killing off the party. You know, you have to be ruthless as a dungeon master. You have to make the game dangerous, and it's all based on, you know, you spec out the encounters based on the party's strengths, their strength, and if they screw up and they take on more than they can chew. I don't want to let the dice fall where it may, man. And if you die, you're gone. See ya. You better re-roll, man. Fucking re-roll. You know, this isn't an MMO. It isn't like you just die and you respawn. In Dungeons & Dragons, when your character dies, he's dead. He's gone. So it really comes down to having a dungeon master that can make it feel scary and make it feel dangerous and make you appreciate, you know, well, you know, all that stuff. So it looks like my pet leveled his reputation again. Yeah, he's up to 19 training points, which is awesome. So we're going to go train up his stamina and armor. And now you can see he's up to 360 some odd health. He's way more health than me now. And we should be able to pretty much steamroll our competition right now. Yeah, it is hardcore, but you have it. But like I said, it really depends on how good your dungeon master is. The best gaming experiences in Dungeons and Dragons is when you have a really, really good dungeon master who preps the campaigns correctly and gets it all set up for you. You know. I was lucky enough that I had a really good dungeon master when I was in high school. His name was Mick. I can't remember his last name. I think it was... Oh, what was his name? Mick something. But he was a real cool guy, and he was really a D&D player. I mean, he was like 6'4" tall. He had a big beard. He had a big boa constrictor. He had a huge snake. And when we gamed in his basement, which was like a fully furnished, you know, carpeted basement, this snake would just be like curled up around like a chair or something in the you know, it kind of set the mood pretty good when you've got a big huge freaking like 8-foot snake, you know, in the room where you're playing Dungeons and Dragons, you know. Hey, good morning, Bernie. How you doing, man? And it is morning here. It's 3:34 a.m. and my wife would kill me if she knows I'm not playing, but that's all right. I work from home tomorrow. I just hope I don't have to do too much coding tomorrow because I'm going to be tired. Actually, I won't be that tired. I actually slept a lot today and yesterday. What was this? So... Night elf female greater than human female? Night elf female is by far the night elves are my favorite race to play in WoW, hands down. There's no competition. I think Shadymoon is drastically underrated as an ability too, as a racial. And I just think they look cool, they move cool, they've got good lore. You know, they're just a good race.
I am honored. Careful.
And then yeah, after Night Elf, I would probably go human in most of my classes, you know. Horde, yeah. I think it's no secret that I'm not a big fan of the Horde races. They're a lot better in retail. Like if you go into retail, the Horde they're great. The character models are so much better, like especially the orcs. The orcs look really cool in retail, and so do the Blood Elves. You got the Blood Elves, you got the orcs. The trolls look a lot cooler. So I'm much more, you know, akin to playing Horde in retail, but not in Classic. You know. Yeah, my wife's asleep. Well, actually, I fell asleep on the couch around probably 9:30, and woke up around what I've been streaming for almost an hour and a half. I guess I woke up around 1:40 or something, 1:40 a.m. So I was already asleep for 9, 10, 11, 12. I already slept like, what, 4 hours? Was that 4 hours? 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, I slept for 4 hours already. So if I can just get to bed around 6, 2.5 hours from now, I'll still get another 3 hours of sleep. Actually 3.5, because I don't have to get up. Since I'm working from home tomorrow, I'm a computer programmer. I'm working from home tomorrow. You know, I don't have to get up and go to work. I can just get out of bed and sit at the computer. Do my business, get my work done. Why does it say there's a quest here? I didn't see. I don't think he had a quest, did he? What is Sprouted Fronds? Is it? I don't know that. That quest does not ring a bell for me. It says it's level 10. Sprouted. Well, I'm gonna ignore that because I don't want to run all the way back there. But plus, it's only level 10, and I'm already level 14. We do need to hit my trainer, and luckily he's right. Excuse me, he's right here. Alright, so we've got, wow, things I don't really need as I'm leveling up. Eyes of the Beast I don't really need. Eagle Eye I could care less about. Scare Beast, none of these things are really needed. They're useful for certain things, but they're all like niche. You know, they're all like very specific for certain situations. So Bernie, you said you're in the same time zone and your wife would kill you as well. Yeah, buttload of coding. You have to, oh, so you're a coder too? So noon's gonna be a crap test. Shadow can't be good in retail too. Yeah, no, Shadowmeld is good for a lot of reasons. As a Night Elf priest in Arena, I can't tell you how many times, you know, Shadowmeld was able to, you know, to help you. If you can get out of combat, because you can get out of combat and you could Shadowmeld and drink. I think they still allowed it in BC, where you basically would get out of combat and you would just you would start eating and then you would Shadowmeld. And if they didn't see you, yeah, it was in Burning Crusade in the first season of Arena. So if they didn't see you when you Shadowmeld, you'd be Shadowmeld with somebody eating and they'd be running around trying to find you because they didn't want you to drink, you know, to get your mana back. So it was super, super useful in PvP for my priest. I don't know what it's going to be like tomorrow for work because my boss was out for a whole week, so last week. We're starting a new sprint of coding, so it's just a matter of what they assign me, and I don't know, I've pretty much lost all interest in my job right now. It's pretty crappy because whatever. I'm not going to talk about it because one of the guys I work with knows about my YouTube channel and he'll come and watch the video, but he never watches my videos. But this would be the one time he did if I said anything bad about my group or my team. I mean, I love my job. Don't get me wrong. I have a great job, but, you know, I'd rather code video games than write code for financial applications. Let's give Hopper some food. He's got to be getting hungry by now. Yeah, but he's seeing him up to 371 health. He's got so much more health than I do, my pet. Like I said, I go against the norm. Most people would tell you to get improved aspect of the hawk, but once you get aspect of the cheetah, you actually, leveling wise, speed wise, it's almost better to keep cheetah on just to move from mob to mob. So you're not really going to be using aspect of the hawk as much as you think. It's more of like good for dungeons and raiding, of course, but for leveling, it's not as good. At least I don't think so. That's why I prefer endurance training. I like my pet to have more health. For those situations, like I said, where I accidentally pull 3 mobs at once, and my pet's just tanking them all up. He's gonna do a lot better job when he's got more health. But it's pretty simple. We'll go into that, and then of course we go. We're going to go into improved revive pet. So 3 here, 2 here. Bestial swiftness, pathfinding. We'll probably, I don't know if we'll get pathfinding out. Probably will. Or we could skip it and just go right into Unleashed Fury. But pathfinding's pretty good for leveling speed, yeah. Let's take a look at our quest log. Yeah, we just have the one thing to the Archdruid, then I think we're out of here. What made me start to like the Horde? Are you asking me that, G? I mean, I would say Blood Elves. Once Blood Elves came out in Burning Crusade, I started playing the Horde more often because I liked Blood Elves. I mean, and I also liked Goblin. I didn't like the idea of the Goblin. Like when they came out and said, "Oh, we're gonna have goblins as the," I was like, whatever. I was like, I mean, goblins were already in the game, right? You already saw goblins. Like if I go to gadgets and there's already goblins. So I thought it was a big cop out on them that they couldn't even come up with like something entirely new. They just said, well, we've already got these character models for goblins, you know. So let's just use those. You know, I thought that was a big cop out, but having said that, the goblins, the racials were really, really cool for mages. I think like doing like a mage goblin with engineering was like just unbelievably fun, because I had like rocket boots, I had blink, I had rocket jump, you know, just the jokes and stuff. They're a cool class, they're a cool race, but
Tyrande has no idea how to lead our people.
he really does not like Tyrande. Whisperwind doesn't like her too much. Tyrande, Whisperwind. But yeah, as far as like when did I start playing the Horde, it was really in the Burning Crusade when they came out with the Blood Elves. That was the first time I played the Horde. All of the original, you know, vanilla, I didn't play the Horde at all. I played all Alliance. I had pretty much all Night Elves. And yeah, pretty much all Night Elves. I had a 60 Rogue, 60 Priest, 60 Hunter, and they were all Night Elves. Auction successful. Woohoo! 40 copper, 77 copper. I'm rich.
Greetings.
Greetings. Silverleaf, huh? Only one level off of using that.
I am on Delnad.
But do you like the Night Elf Priest, G? Because I love the Night Elf Priest. It's the only way to play a priest for me is a Night Elf. I'm not playing some ugly dwarf, sorry. I love Night Elf Priests. And like I said, I found that the Shadow Meld in Arena and Burning Crusade was unbelievably useful. And in fact, it was so useful that I didn't even want to give it up. Like, I would pick Night Elf over Dwarf Priest. You know, I was like, I don't care about Fear Ward. Just being able to recover my mana in those situations in Arena was so incredibly important.
Farewell. I am listening. Be careful.
Peace be with you. Farewell.
Do I play an Elf Mage retail? I actually have. I actually have played a Night Elf Mage in retail. Yeah. Here, I think hold on a second, I can show you. Yeah, and this is my second account. This is my Jumpy Wizard count. This is the Jumpy Wizard account. So I can pull up my retail account as well. I hadn't played retail, and the only reason I even started playing some of the hunter and retail now is just simply because I was forced to get, retail so I could play classic.
What brings you here? Go in peace.
All right, so here's my retail account. I have characters across multiple realms, but this actually, when you asked, did I play a Night Elf mage in retail, this is my first mage that I ever played in retail. WoW, is this one right here, Cheryl. And she's Night Elf. So I still have her. I did a lot of arena on her, and but I never got her past level 85. And if you look at this one here, this is the first horde, I think, class I really played. Was this one, was my Blood Elf Paladin. And there's that tabard I talk about sometimes. See that symbol on that tabard? If you go into Ironforge, you'll find a building right next to the weapons trainer that has that little, little signboard outside the building, and it has that emblem. This emblem on my chest will be on that signboard. And I just noticed that like a few months back, and it's the first time I ever noticed that. I think it's one of my favorite tabards in the game. And a lot of these other characters, just ones I created, they're nothing. They're just pretty much crap characters, testing out different things. And then if you go to my main server in retail, you'll see that I have, my main has always been this one here, my priest, faith driven. This is my main. This has got the most time I've played on any characters on this one here. And she's a disciplined priest right now. And I created her. She was the second character I ever created in World of Warcraft back in 2004. With the same name, Faith Driven. I've had her ever since, and I've played her the most. And then my main rogue is this one, Shady Heart. And she's a lot of fun. And then this character here, Holy Shield, I actually created this one I believe I created her in, I think, Battle for Azeroth, maybe? So when Battle for Azeroth first came out, I think I created this paladin. Then I leveled her like from 1 all the way to maybe 50. And then I used the boost to boost her from 50 to I think 110. And then I leveled her from 110 to 120. And she's pretty fun. And then all these other characters are just, characters I've created, down along the way, Druid, another paladin. I've got another paladin. And yeah, here's my Death Knight, and my Death Knight is a Night Elf. So, and this Death Knight I've had since Wrath of the Lich King. So this is the only really Death Knight I play, and it's the only Death Knight I've ever really created. So this is it for me. It's like my only Death Knight I ever made, and I played her all through Wrath of the Lich King. And I dominated on the battlegrounds with this chick. She used to crush people. And then this is a mage I created at some point, I think in Mist of Pandaria. I think I created this one in Mist of Pandaria, I think. Maybe Cataclysm. But she was pretty cool. And if I'm not mistaken, she may have been a goblin initially. I can't remember. And then I've got another warrior here, just, whatever. I did some arena on this warrior. And it's the first time I'd ever done arena on a warrior, so. And then what's really fun is if you go to, I think it's, I don't know if it's the Emerald Dream. Yeah, this one. If you go to the Emerald Dream, this is my, oh shit. I hate it when I double click and it's still caching and it jumps me in. Which human? Oh, the priest? She's human now, but she was a Night Elf. Faith Driven was created as a Night Elf. And she was a Night Elf probably all the way through the Burning Crusade, all the way through Cataclysm. I'm pretty sure she was Night Elf. I think maybe in Cataclysm, all the way through the Burning Crusade and Lich King, she was a Night Elf. Oh, I did get on my hunter. And then I think at some point in time, I changed her to a human, and it was just for PvP purposes because the human racials, is pretty good, everyone for himself. So, but do I regret making her a human? I don't really know. I mean, honestly, but she was a night elf for probably 3 expansions. But here's my original hunter. This is Cheryl. And you can see she's a night elf. What's interesting is her hair color. I've obviously changed her over the years. She originally had purple hair, and I hate what they've done with the hair with the night elf models. I don't think they look anywhere near as nice as they did. Even in vanilla, I think they look better than they do in retail right now. But this is my original night elf, and this is still the original gear from vanilla. So she's actually, these aren't transmogged items. These are the original tier 0.5 armor. I really wish that they would put a date stamp. Like when you got a character, like thanks for the compliment on my names though. I think when you get gear like blue items or epic items, they should put a timestamp on them so you know like when you can tell when you got them. Like this gear was gotten in like 2004, you know, so that's how old this item is. I love how this little image here. This is new. I mean, that didn't used to look like this, the hunter. But yeah, you can see I've got all the Beastalker items except for the pants. I tried to get them like I must have run that dungeon like 100 times. I could never get the damn pants, and to this day it still irks me that I got outrolled and ninja'd many times. People would ninja it from me, or I just wouldn't win the roll. Yeah, anyway, so you can see I'm still got 2 melee weapons equipped. And actually, I'm pretty certain if I unequip these 2, that this might change because they took melee weapons away from hunters, and when they did that, I stopped playing the hunter. I basically wrote Blizzard a nasty message on the board and said, "You guys suck. I'll never play hunter again until you put melee weapons back in." Anyways, this is my original vanilla hunter who used to be a main MC puller. And do you notice anything interesting about my pet and my pet's name? It's a wolf coyote pack leader from the Westfall with the name of Hopper. You know? And here we go. Coyote pack leader from Westfall, name Hopper. You said that picture is the SV Hunter pick? What do you mean the SV? Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, let me show you that real quick. If you go here. Now the character I created just recently, and I don't know where I created him. I think I created him on my main. This is my main server, Skywall, which is a pretty crappy server. I'm not gonna lie. I wish I would have kept my characters on Tichondrius. Here, this is the one. I created this one a couple weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago, and I've been leveling her up in retail. And she's a survival hunter, and she's super fun. And this survival hunter is super cool. What's up, George? How's it going, man? But you can see that I have the same name. I went with Shirley, even though I just put another U in the name. But see, you have what's so cool is you have, you can go down to Running Wild here, and you can run around like a wolf on the ground. Like a werewolf, which is super cool. And this is pretty good speed too. You're 60% ground speed, so it's like a slow mount. You know. And the coolest thing, guys, is the shape shifting to human form. It's just so badass. I gotta remember where my keybind is for it here. Right. I mean, how cool is that? Yeah, that is so cool. So you can actually shapeshift into a human, guys. You know. And you have a heal. This is a heal. You've got a harpoon, which you throw a harpoon that sticks into somebody, and you pull yourself to them. Think of this as like a cleave right here. It's a cleave. Dark Flight is just a speed increase. This is a racial. Makes me move faster. You know, for 40% movement speed increase. And what's even cooler is I have another movement speed increase, which is Cheetah, but Cheetah is no longer like an aspect. It's just a, look at that, 90% speed increase, and after that fades, then it becomes 30% speed increase. So as a Worgen, you have the ability to shift into running wild form and move at 60% speed increase. You have a racial that lets you sprint for 40% speed increase, and as a hunter, you have another one that for 3 seconds lets you run 90% speed increase and then fades to 30%. So you have 3 different ways to move faster. So kiting on a Worgen is, let's just say it's easy. For over the Draenei, I mean, for like hunters, I don't really like Draenei. I mean, Draenei are like, they're okay. I mean, for hunter, yeah. If you're just saying, do I like the Worgen over the Draenei for a hunter, I would say yes.
Welcome. Browse at your leisure.
Anyways, I need to get out of retail because I'm not going to get anywhere on my hunter if I'm in retail.
Ishnuala.
This person's running on, what did she say, Camp Master?
What brings you here?
Yeah, it is real late, George. It's 4 a.m.
Greetings. Good luck, friend.
I already slept for like 4 hours. I probably should try to just get to bed in about an hour from now. If I can just like knock out a few quests. If I can get to like level 15, that would be pretty good. Because I started yesterday. I was level 1, so.
Goddess watch over you.
Where's my elixir of water breathing? Crap. I don't think I have it. I wonder if I put it in the bank.
What can I do for you? Safe travels. See you soon. Here there.
How are ya? Safe travels.
Hello. A Shah fell out.
I'm listening. Good luck, friend. Go in peace.
Well, I mean, you gotta remember my Warg is only like level 30 something, so I mean, maybe that gets upgraded at some. It might get upgraded to a faster speed later on. I don't really know. I haven't played. That's as high as I've ever leveled a Worgen, so it's kind of new to me. That's what the speed increase is at that level, so it may increase as you get higher level. I'm only 30 something, so I think at level 40 you probably would get the 100 speed increase. That would be my guess.
Elwynn be with you.
Can I
help you? Daylight's burning.
What can I get for you today?
I'm just waiting for that quest log. I was waiting for it to save full because it's. I've been getting a lot of quests. Darkshore. We can always pick this one up again if we want to. So. I just like I like the Worgen, the lore around the Worgen. I like the way they look. I like the way I like their voices. I like the way they scream. I like being able to shapeshift between the Worgen and the human. It's just it's just kind of a cool race. And I also like, the ratios are pretty good too. The speed boost is nice. Comes in pretty handy in PvP. I usually play Druid Feral. If you're talking about classic WoW, I always go Feral. Balancing classic. Yeah, I don't usually do balance. Sorry, I can't do it. I never play the, what do you want to call it, the chicken. I always go feral. It's just easy. It's like there's really not much downtime. You're not gear dependent. It's very easy to level feral druids. They're one of the better leveling classes. Look how many pets I have. I've got a bear with me, a hawk, and a wolf. Your living is balanced. I just don't like. I like feral. I'm not knocking balance. I just like feral. Yeah, that's interesting. I've never played balance in Classic. Actually, that's not true. I have done it. The first World of Warcraft character I ever created was a druid called One with Nature, and I tried to go balance with her. That was my spec I was trying to do, and I just didn't like it. I'm not gonna lie, but I remember that was the first character I ever played in World of Warcraft ever. But I remember I just didn't like it. I felt like it was kind of weak. And then I went priest, and I leveled with like a wand leveling build on a priest. Or at least I started, leveling as like I wanted to go shadow priest initially, I think. And I didn't know like what I was doing, of course, because it was when WoW first came out, and I hadn't played priest in the beta. But yeah, someone finally told me, "Oh, you need a wand," and so I got a wand and started leveling with a wand, and I was like, "Wow, this is awesome," Yeah, well, I know what you mean, Bernie, because I level Protection Paladin in vanilla all the time, classic all the time, and that certainly was not. Protection Paladin isn't what people want to see in raids. I can tell you that. So. I also was on Westfall was leveling what I called a survival rogue. So my build was around stuns and maces, which I thought would be fun. I always like to try to level stuff with bizarre builds. There's certain ones I won't do that with. Like with the hunter, I just love beast mastery so much that I go beast mastery, but. She's dead. Damn it. Naya's dead. No! She's not dead anymore. Nope, she's not dead, so she's gonna spawn here in a bit. No, no thanks, G. You want me to do a survival hunter in classic? Nah. I mean, maybe. No, you're right. I mean, it's something I should try because I've never done it in classic. But I'm so. I mean, when I do like beast mastery, it's like going home for me. You know what I mean? It's a spec I've played so much, and I think it's a really good spec, really good, solid all-around spec. But yeah, maybe I'll give it a go. Maybe I'll create another hunter. I won't do it on this hunter. If I do that, I'll create a different hunter and just, you know, and try it out just for fun. I always like to try out stuff I've never done before just to see if I like it. And you know, in Burning Crusade, Survival Hunter is by far my favorite build. In fact, through all versions of World of Warcraft, the Survival Hunter in Burning Crusade was my favorite, probably until the Survival Hunter in Battle for Azeroth. The Survival Hunter Battle for Azeroth is really cool. So I think it's really cool, actually. Humanoid tracking is not doing me any good because there's no humanoids. There she is. Look at that. Spawned right next to me. What'd you say? Let's see. BM and Survival works 111, but not if you're trying to only melee. Yeah, like I said, I haven't done Survival in Vanilla WoW. In Burning Crusade, it's awesome. I love Survival in Burning Crusade, especially PvP wise. And then, yeah, in a retail though, if you play Battle for Azeroth at all, go do a Survival Hunter in Battle for Azeroth. It's actually super fun. So. I like Survival in the Burning Crusade simply because I was unstoppable in PvP against Rogue, against melee. Well, again, like Rogues and Warriors just had a really, really hard time killing me in PvP, and it was just really fun to be able to, because I played Priest a lot in PvP and Arena in Burning Crusade, like a ton. I mean, I was like 1900 plus, and which was pretty good back then because it was the first season Arena, and I used to get killed by rogues a lot. Even though I ran a rogue team, I ran Priest Rogue, and that was my team. And so when I started playing the Survival Hunter, and my brother was a big rogue, and he was a really good rogue. He's a really solid PvP rogue. And when I started playing the Survival Hunter, I started being able to beat rogues, like Rogues and Warriors 1v1. I could just beat them because, you know, I would stack agility. And when I threw up Aspect of the Monkey, I mean, I was like freaking 60, what was it, like? I was close to 60% dodge and, you know, deflect and shit. I mean, rogues would be swinging at me, they'd be missing, and I'd be deflecting, and and it was just hilarious. I mean, I would beat my brother every single time. 1v1 with his rogue against my survival hunter, and I would beat him every single time, and he hated every minute of it, but it was just so strong against melee. You were really hard to kill. Like, against, like, you know, a mage or something, it was more difficult. You know, I would have more problems against, like, a mage, but I just liked it so much because I was really hard to kill, basically. Like, even in dungeons and stuff, you know, I could get 2-3 mobs on me, and between my traps and my, you know, my agility being so high, and just being able to evade so much physical damage, I was like a little bit of a tank, you know. Yeah, I mean, it was just really a really cool tanking kind of off tanking swagger. I don't know what you want to call it. It is what it was. It was a survival hunter. You were very good at staying alive, you know. And I thought it was really, really fun to play, too. Okay, I think I'm done, aren't I? What do I need? I just need to get this, I think. I'm, like, talking and not paying attention. I'm just gonna blow all my mana. Cast every ability I have, why not? I don't see the... This is the one time that I could take out the elite, probably, but I don't see her. Moon Gaze. What is her name? Something Moon Gaze. I don't see her though. Oh well. Another time.
How may I help?
Gee. Yeah, that's right. You don't like the warlocks and the shamans. That's funny. Yeah, I like druid though. I think druid's fun. So you really don't have to, like, just talking about pets, you don't really have to worry about if you're doing a wolf like I am. The next level of bite is like level 19 spider in Lakeshire, Red Ridge. So you don't have to worry about training up your skills until you hit like level 19. I think after 19 it's like, I don't know, like 26 maybe or something, or 25. I'd have to look it up. And you don't get dash until like, I think maybe even 30. But dash, of course, is a great ability for your wolf to get him into combat very quickly. Dash coupled with bestial swiftness makes your pet very fast. You main druid in Legion and hated how OP it felt. That's unusual. You don't usually hear people complain that their character's OP. You want to turn around 200 gold to a broke druid in Classic? Azeroth GoFundMe. Dude, I don't even have 200 gold. I mean, let's see, I've got 1.4 gold on this character, and on my other character I've got about 5 gold. So on this server on Faerlina, I have a total of probably like 6 to 8 gold total. So you're barking up the wrong tree if you want me to donate you any money. Sorry, man. I'm just killing these guys because they're worth pretty good XP. And the light feathers actually sell pretty well too, so. No need to skip these mobs as we make our way back to Darkshore. Might as well kill them, get some XP, get some feathers, make some money. And again, the weapon, the bar down here at the bottom, when it's in the green, that's when I should use special abilities. When it's in the gray, I should basically leave it alone. Don't just let my auto attack finish, basically. Legendary. Do you see that legendary weapon right here? Oh wait, there it is, legendary. It seemed to get past 20 gold. Yeah, really making money in Classic is all about just knowing what to sell. I mean, light feathers are a good way to make money, believe it or not. You know, herbs, ore, all that stuff's gonna make pretty decent money. Selling all the greens you get will make you some decent money. But, or you can just go by the old adage that I like to use, with level comes money. Higher level you get, the more of those gray items that drop are going to sell for, so. So my pet is Faithful. He's got a bunch of training points, but I don't think I have any thing to train him. See, I need to go hit my my pet trainer. You just like complaining, is that what you said? Yeah. I know what it's like, man. It's pretty easy to struggle money-wise. Well, my goal when I created this character yesterday was to get to level 15. And we did. We're going to make level 15. I did take a break during the middle of the day where I kind of fell asleep for about 5 hours, 4 or 5 hours. But as you can see, we're easily going to get to level 15.
Be careful.
And our slash played is 11 hours. So 15, 11 hours isn't great, but it's not too bad. Yeah. And we have our first talent point. We're going to go with... we're just going to go with thick hide. Make our pet very tanky. I'm going to go with thick hide first, and I'll grab improved revive pet.
Hello.
Yeah, if you use skinning and herbalism, yep. Yeah, skinning and herbalism is a good way to make money. Herbs sell really well. Herbs particularly sell very well. And skinning actually on and it also depends on what server you're on. Like on this server, man, I sold a stack of heavy leather, which is like super easy to get for 2.45 gold. I'm like, are you kidding me? That's actually really an amazing amount of money to make just for a stack of heavy leather. I was very surprised. So. I'm actually going to sell the crawler crawl because I really don't need it to level my cooking, even though eventually I'll probably learn how to actually make that. Oh, we can actually use my Lupine Axe too, which is good. 6 agility is nice. Damn it. Kind of a weird looking axe, but...
Till next we meet.
I am listening. Farewell.
Yeah, well, I mean, like my green items I would sell in the auction house if I was trying to make money, or of course on this is an enchanter, so she's going to be,
Good luck, friend.
you know, disenchanting everything.
Ishnu Allah, goddess watch over you.
I am now honored with Darnassus. Darnassus. Honored. Arnold. Get to the chopper. Pharaohs. Alright, so...
I am honored.
I don't want to make this in my home.
Greetings.
I do want to vendor some of this junk.
May the stars guide you.
Okay, let's go to... Darn assless thing. Yeah. I say Darnassus. I've always said Darnassus, but I know it's pronounced Darnassus. I know it's pronounced that way, but I like Darnassus.
I am honored.
But people say Darnassus. Darnassus.
Go in peace.
Yeah, but you can see leveling here. I mean, leveling a hunter is just it doesn't get any easier than this. Hunters are pretty much universally recognized the fastest levelers in vanilla WoW. Your pet is just so strong, you know. This person's gonna take my sea turtle head. This is a very example of why I use the Cataclysm water engine, because I can actually see what's under the water. You can't seem to get to 10? It's not that difficult. I think the one mistake people make on the hunter when they're leveling, trying to get to level 10, is that you're not pulling correctly. You just start shooting arrows at a mob, you let the mob run up to you, and then you start meleeing the mob. You can't do that. You have to shoot an arrow at the mob, run back a few steps. Here, I'll show you when I get back to land what I'm talking about. And if you do that, you can kill the mob way faster. If you just stand still and start shooting arrows and let them run up to you, it's going to take you, twice as long to kill them. And that's where, like, a lot of people leveling up hunters, they screw that up, in the beginning. Because until you get your pet at level 10, it can be a little bit of annoying, especially if you're not doing the combat right. You say, but you've never been a hunter fan? Oh. Yeah, I mean, for some people just don't like hunters. I'll admit I don't find the hunter as fun as I used to, just simply because, it's so easy. It sounds funny, but it's so easy, like playing a hunter. It doesn't take a huge amount. I mean, although people will say that hunter is one of those classes where, it's really hard. It's really hard to be really good at the hunter. It's like a very in-depth class, and it is, but it's not, there's a lot of really nuances to the hunters regarding like PvP and, feign deathing and scaring beasts and all these different types of things you can do PvP wise. But it's still, overall, PvE wise, it's, just a very easy class to play. The pet management isn't that difficult. I've got a macro here that pet follow that turns my pet on passive and tells him to follow me. And when I attack somebody, like I just do shift mouse wheel up and it marks him with hunter's mark and tells my pet to attack him. It's not the best macro because if you mark, like if you're swapping targets, so you'll blow mana. So let's say there's a way to. I actually just need to check my macro. you need to create a macro that says that the targets are not marked with mark of, hunter's mark, then mark him. Because if you don't do that, which I haven't done yet on this particular guy, then when you swap targets and go back to that target and tell your pet to attack him, you're going to be marking him again. You'd be wasting mana. So, but I mean, just it's a very easy class to play, in my opinion. It's a very strong class, very fast leveling class. I find it very fun. I find it fun because of the pets, because of all the varieties of pets and stuff that you can train. And it's also fun in PvP, I mean, it's fun to chase people down, and you can do that. You can swap onto Aspect the Cheetah and run down like rogues or people trying to get away from you. And But well, I've never played RuneScape that much, G. I think my favorite in vanilla WoW, I would like to say my favorite playstyle, as far as just exciting, like a playstyle, like a class that keeps me enjoying the leveling experience. Is really the rogue, because the rogue is like so the stun locking, the poisons, the being able to pull at range by throwing knives, and just the sheer amount of damage you do, and the PvP potential. The rogue is just a really, really fun class to play. And probably the only reason I didn't create this character as a rogue was simply because Ken's already playing a rogue, and I knew it would be much easier to catch up leveling wise, just using a hunter.
I am honored.
I am honored. You better be honored, biznitch.
Elwynn, light your path.
Sounds like that. Oh, yeah, I like the old gunshot. It's very authentic. A lot of people don't. The reason they changed it, G, was because so many people complained about it. So many people complained that it was too loud, and you need to get out. Probably gonna try to take a quick nap before work. All right, man. I'll see you, Bernie. Yeah, get some rest, man.
What brings you here?
Actually, the Tear of Grief, 5 intellect isn't bad. But I have the +6 agility, so for me it's probably not really that great. But
Good luck, friend. What brings you here?
I'm actually probably gonna head to bed now. I think it is 4:51 a.m. So I think it's probably a good time for me to.
Light your path.
Like I said, I did my goal. My goal was to get to 15, and I did that. I'm almost halfway to 16, and yeah, we're doing good. Like, we're looking pretty good. So I'm gonna call it quits right here. Hope you guys have a good night. Instead of straight up charge it, why not make it? What are you talking about? What option? The old gunshot. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Because it's more work for them to try to manage that type of stuff. You know what I mean? It's just more, you're trying not to put too much into the game that you have to constantly maintain. Everything you keep in there is more maintenance. Every time you update a code base, something changes, you got to test test that old gun sound versus the new gun sound to make sure it still works. And so it's just a maintenance point of view is the reason why they don't do that. But I can tell you one thing I noticed in Classic WoW over Vanilla is this. In Vanilla WoW, there is no... See all this stuff coming off the Moonwell? Like, just forget... Like, basically everything above my... Here, everything above my head level, was not in the original game. There was none of this stuff floating above the pools like this. You saw, like, maybe blue down here, but there was not all this shit floating up. So they changed a lot of stuff in Classic visually. And most of it was, you know, was good. It was for the better. Hey, what's up, Sanji? Sanji Vinsmoke. Sure, you can ask me a question. Anybody can ask me a question at any time.
I am listening.
But yeah, I'm gonna hit the hay, get some sleep before I have to. Myself also has to
Farewell.
do some work, unfortunately. I'm just gonna wait for Sanji's question and then I'm gonna go to bed. Oh. No, actually, that was the red account. Bro, white light, bright light, bright light, bright light. Oops, I'm still on Classic. Wow. Back, quit. Trying to get into Classic. Trying to get the Classic client to start here. Classic. There we go. See ya, Gremlin. Do you have any idea about WoW Freaks? I'm not really sure what WoW Freaks is, Sanji. Is that like a joke? Are you trying to be serious? Is it an add-on? WoW Freaks, the evolution of World of Warcraft. No, this is the first I've heard of it, man. So this is 927 players. Yeah, this is the first time I heard of WoW Freaks. WoW Freaks Legion in-game content, good or bad? It's a Legion private server following... Why? My question is why? Why would you want a Legion private server? That's my question. Why would you even want a Legion private server? Legion wasn't that great, so I don't know. No, so dude, I never played it. I mean, I'm not, like I said, I wouldn't even want to play Legion on a private server. Like, I don't really see the point. But cool. I mean, if you like the only, like now that Classic's out, the only private server I would play would be let's see, WoW Vanilla classless server. The classless server is really cool. This one. You want to play a fun version of World of Warcraft? Play Ascension. Yeah, this is a fun game. And they've got, wow, they have a lot of servers. But this is a really cool game, Ascension. Ascension basically allows you to create characters that have no class. And you can actually, like, so I could take a paladin, and I could give a paladin a taunt and a shield bash, which is just so cool. So, on the free servers? Well, if you're going to play WoW free servers, I would play, I don't know. I mean, you can, the War Main, Wrath of the Lich King on War Main is pretty cool. But it's, you know, there's a big wait list. I mean, there's such a high population on it that I guess there's a pretty big queue. But, you know, and then there's the other one, which is the Lights Hope one. Lights Hope BC. This one here. What's it called? Someone just told me this other one recently. Like, it was actually today. Let's go. I just was at it today. This one. But it's only got 411 players, but someone told me this is the best scripted out Burning Crusade server. So if you want a really well scripted one that plays really well, but doesn't have a lot of players in it, this one here is really good. If you want a server that's got a high population that a lot of people really play and like, it's the War Main's Ice Crown server, which is Wrath of the Lich King. See. So here you can download Wrath of the Lich King, and then you know, the servers, like I said, Ice Crown's the server you would play on. So, but and that's just one option. I really think that Ascension is really good. Like, yeah, Project Ascensions. Here's the YouTube. Yeah, but there's a lot of videos on Ascension. Wow, there's a really bad video. I hate when people just put music and text. But yeah.
Guy ahead of us.
Yeah, there's a guy right there.
This is a robbery. This is a robbery. Get your hands in the air.
What was this?
Don't make us stab you.
Turn on criminal intent.
I can give you a candy bar to share.
You drive a hard bargain, but I cannot accept it.
Get that motherfucker!
You night elf long-eared scum.
No running.
I'm dotting him. He should not be able to escape. There we go. Yay, I want to loot him.
Are you tired of having to choose between pre-made classes? Well, in the World of Warcraft classes mod, you can pretty much make anything, because everything here is random. In World of Warcraft Ascension, you choose your abilities like a deck of cards. You get some random choices and then you pick what you want. In this modded version of World of Warcraft, you can become pretty much anything. This character, for example, became a bear warlock kind of thing.
What the f?
I just want to quickly mention this is a sponsored video, but I wouldn't be making a video on it if it wasn't really good. So I really want to thank the Ascension team for sponsoring me. I'm beautiful.
You're beautiful.
So me and my friends all started as night elves in Darnassus, but our plan was to get to Darkshore so we could level up
Darknassus.
fast. You see, one of the better things about this mod is that you level up even faster than you would normally. So leveling is barely an inconvenience in this game. If we stand completely still, invisible.
We're so hidden. Hey!
That's right. Right here.
Anyways, yeah, but Ascension, it allows you to to use lots of different. Hey, no problem, dude. Ascension allows you to really. There's a couple different ways that the server works. You can do one where it does the mode like he said, where it basically every time you level, it puts up like 3 cards and says these are the things, and they're random. They're totally random. So these are the things you can learn, and you just pick one of them. Or you can go to the mode where it's not like that, where you actually just pick, and it shows here's all the skills you can pick from, and you pick what you want, which I kind of like, honestly. But the problem with picking what you want is people have kind of min-maxed it once again, and they've created, builds that are cookie cutter builds that do the most damage, and so a lot of people end up playing the same thing. That's why doing it this other way, where it's random, it prevents everybody from kind of building out the same type of like high DPS builds, which is interesting. But anyways, it's a pretty cool server. It's something I'll probably play again at some point because I think that they keep improving it, and it's been out for a long time. The guys have been working on this server for a long time. So, anyways, thanks for watching, guys. I'm gonna get some sleep. Hope everybody has a good night. Thanks for stopping by. And I'll catch you guys the next time. Peace out.